Attention all Virgin Atlantic flyers, Flight 3075 to Miami has been delayed.
So annoying, right? If you are someone who has to take flights often, whether it is for work or just to travel, I bet that you have also been in a situation like this before. But did you know there are many rights that you get as a passenger when something like this happens? So please buckle up your seatbelts as we are about to take off. Hello guys, my name is Jay Desai. I am a chartered accountant and a content creator. Did you know that all the airline companies in India operate under a set of rules designed to protect passenger rights? These rules are set up by the Directorate General of Civil Aviation, which is DGCA, which is the regulatory body for civil aviation in India. And today in this video, we will be discussing all these rules in detail, so next time you book a flight, you know your rights and you can travel more confidently. But before taking off, let me just briefly tell you what points we'll cover in this video. Number 1, flight delays. Number 2, flight cancellation. Number 3, overbooking. Number 4, zero charge cancellation. And last but not the least, number 5, lost, delayed or damaged baggage. So let's start with the most common one first. Number 1, flight delays. According to the DGCA, if the delay is for less than 24 hours from the scheduled departure time, did you know that you are entitled to meals and refreshments right at the airport? And if the delay exceeds 24 hours, you should be provided with hotel accommodations and transfers also. Number 2, flight cancellations. If an airline cancels its flights, the passengers have the right to get an alternate or subsequent flight from the airline. Also, in this case, if the passenger is not willing to travel on the substitute flight, the airline has to refund the entire amount of the ticket to the passenger. Number 3, overbooking. First of all, flight overbooking is the practice of selling more tickets than there are actual number of seats on the flight. Airlines do this because they know that a certain percent of passengers will not show up for the flight. For example, if an airline expects a 10% no-show rate, they might sell 110 tickets for a flight that only has 100 seats. So now naturally, if all the passengers show up for the flight, some will be denied boarding, right? This is often called as bumping. Airlines are required to compensate passengers who are bumped depending on the situation. In most cases, the airline company offers you an alternate flight. You have an option whether to opt for the alternate flight or not. But what happens if you are in such a situation ever? As per the passenger charter of rights issued by DGCA, if you are denied boarding due to overbooking, you are entitled to a compensation of either 200% or 400% of your basic fare depending on the scenario that you are in. Scenario 1. The airline company arranges an alternate flight scheduled to depart within 1 hour of the original scheduled departure time. Here, you are not entitled to any kind of compensation because let's be real, 1 hour delay is not a delay in India. Right. Scenario 2. If the airline company arranges an alternate flight scheduled to depart within 24 hours of the original scheduled departure time, then you are entitled to a compensation equal to 200% of booked one-way basic fare plus airline fuel charges subject to a maximum of 10,000 rupees. On the other hand, if the airline company arranges an alternate flight scheduled to depart after 24 hours of the original scheduled departure time, then you are entitled to a compensation equal to 400% of booked one-way basic fare plus airline fuel charges subject to a maximum of 20,000 rupees. But what if you do not want to opt for the alternate flight that has been offered to you? In such a case, you are entitled to a refund of the full value of your ticket and a compensation equal to 400% of booked one-way basic fare plus airline fuel charges subject to a maximum of 20,000 rupees. Number 4, zero charge cancellation. Has it ever happened to you that you booked a flight and then realized that you by mistake selected the wrong date, time or destination? Well, no worries now, because you can cancel or amend the flight ticket without any additional charges within 24 hours of booking the ticket. However, note that this is only allowed if the ticket is booked more than 7 days before the scheduled departure date. Number 5, lost, delayed or damaged baggage. Under the DGCA rules, passengers are entitled to compensation for lost or damaged baggage up to a limit of 25,000 rupees. The amount of compensation, however, depends on the value of baggage and the extent of damage. To claim compensation for lost or damaged baggage, passengers have to file a property irregularity report, which is also called as PIR, with the airline within 7 days of the incident. The PIR is a document that describes the lost or damaged baggage and the value of the contents. The airline will then investigate the incident and determine whether the baggage was lost or damaged. If the airline is found to be liable, they will have to pay a compensation to the passenger. Here are some additional things to keep in mind when filing a claim for lost or damaged baggage. Number 1. Keep all receipts for the content of your baggage. This will help you to determine the value of the lost or damaged items. Number 2. Take photos of your baggage before you check it in. This will help to prove that the baggage was in good condition when you checked it in. And number 3. Be sure to file a PIR with the airline within 7 days of the incident. This is important to do as it will start the clock on the time limit for filing a claim. So you should be aware of your rights to compensation in such cases. I hope that you learned something new today in this video. Share this with your travel buddies and let us know in the comments below which topic would you like us to cover in our next videos. My name is Jay Desai. Thank you for watching this video.